With all that has happened over the past year, healthcare workers and organizations have felt the need for information technology like never before. The pandemic has emphasized the need for automation in healthcare organizations, yet there are many challenges faced by the healthcare IT industry. Also, many patients are not fully engaged in digital healthcare and remain unaware of their services and its benefits. We at Medicircle are presenting healthcare CIOs and IT manager series with the eminent IT personnel of healthcare, wherein we are discussing the challenges and opportunities that healthcare information technology shall bring about to the world post-COVID. Hi, I'm Smita Kumar, your host, and today in this series, our guest with us is Bitopan Sarma Baruah. Bitopan Sarma is the head IT and business process at Excelcare Hospitals, Guwahati. He has more than 14 years of experience of implementing, operating, and enhancing large-scale IT projects, greenfield business operations for healthcare, education, FMCG, telecom, and government PPP projects. Hi, Bitopan. Welcome to Medicircle.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Good evening. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. Thank you.
You're most welcome. So, Bitopan, to begin with, as an IT manager, because you are there in this industry for so long, so what are the challenges you have faced while working?
Yeah, if you are asking about me, the healthcare IT operation, almost in every field the challenges are there. But it is upon the stakeholders and the IT leaders or IT managers how you take up those challenges and convert into possibilities than realities. So similarly in healthcare IT in India it's still booming. Actually, it's still in a I would rather like to say still in a silent part. It doesn't start it. The scenario and last 5 years is quite improved currently, but I could rather say that now the acceptance in IT in healthcare has been much more than it is 5 years before.
Surely.
So the major three challenges actually I am looking into healthcare IT. It's not actually technical challenges, mostly as my perspective. That is basically actually the first one I have to say it's an adoption and acceptance. We need to open up for new ideas and willingness for change, acceptance. That is one of the major areas where we need to work on. All healthcare IT leaders, not only healthcare IT, the management, the major stakeholders, and the regulatory authorities also. Because we are all here to improve the patient experience, delivering the patient care seamlessly and in a better way. And the second one I have recognized is the capacity building. Capacity building is a major issue in healthcare industry because a systematic approach towards adopting technology has to be put in the medical curriculum, or the stakeholders, all other stakeholders have to come forward to do the capacity building practices. It is not only the technical leaders or business leaders who just adopt and implement practices. You have to understand why it's for, how we can improve the business processes and the mission and vision of your organization. The third one is the involvement and regulatory acceptance from the key decision makers. And all these are non-technical approaches. If I can summarize in a simple word, because we just need to have some behavioral changes towards innovation and its acceptance. That is what basically the healthcare IT industry's major challenges right now.
Surely. So, Bitopan, as you might have seen, like digitalization in healthcare is the new mantra today. Everybody is talking about what the IT is bringing new kind of disruptions in the healthcare industry, and IT has seen a paradigm shift from luxury to necessity. Now, if you ask about that, whether the hospital is automated or not, whether they are using digitalization as better patient outcomes, it is definitely there. So what are the basic aspects of IT according to you when it comes to healthcare?
As you already told that it is not a luxury to have an EMR right now. Almost all the healthcare institutes are using some sort of application, some sort of tools to call it, whether you can call it an HIS, EMR, or multiple models which has been integrated to cater the healthcare needs of the organization. Thing is that healthcare IT or healthcare industry, you have to get in a standardized model of operation. Suppose the method of operations which I am adopting in our hospital is somehow different in different hospitals, but in the same department, same sort of specialization. So if the standardization of operations is not happen across the industry, it is bit difficult to align the technological aspect in the business operation. And digitization means having a stake of having an portal is not going to make much more footprint or much an impact on your operation. I would rather like to say that we have to go for some business transformation, digital transformation. How we can impact the business, how we can impact the processes. Suppose if in case suppose I'm telling about you on EMR. EMR should not be look like a data entry operator portal. We are just feeding data, we are just feeding technical histories and other things. At the end of the day, we are just having a paper printout or maybe a digital printout. That is how things are evolving in India right now. But in further way, I think all healthcare stakeholders, sorry, IT leaders, business leaders, clinicians, nurses, doctors have to come forward to make it because we get a lot of data.
Yes.
We got a lot of insights for that because all of them are here, all of IT, that business operations, clinicians, nurses, paramedics, we are all here to improve the patient care services. So why don't the healthcare IT developers and the healthcare IT industry who develop EMRs and other modules of SISs should also look into the prospects of the patient level also, or the people who are doing the entries in the SIS or EMR. Because at the end of the day, you have to give them a meaningful output that yes, these are the people, and this is criteria that are having this type of diagnosis. So that in a predictive analysis, we can assume that okay, we can give them a better type of care service delivery. So healthcare IT and healthcare portals need to understand the business processes first. Have to adapt and analyze what are the client requirements, what are the people requirements, because you are serving the humankind after all. So you have to be a human when you design and delivering this type of product.
Definitely. I think standardization happens to become the most important challenge which healthcare industry faces because there is no standardization across healthcare. I think government is bringing new steps like Sandbox and NDHM, like scheme. I would definitely hope that someday India would be also having something like NHS, one patient,
Right.
one record, one EMR system, and all the allergies,
Wow.
contraindications, drug indications, whatever are there, all the previous history, medical history is there, so that the patient
Available.
actually need not carry every time that file for any other healthcare provider.
And it will also enhance the safety of the patient.
Yes, definitely.
Because lot of wrong medications are happening.
Yes.
And even in the top countries like US also suffering for that.
Definitely.
We are having all sort of technological portals, technological integration, but we are still struggling to provide that world-class centric care delivery. Technologically, we are okay on that. We are having SIMs, we are having a lot of integrations like LIS, we are having patient monitor integrations, we are having in a mobility device also. They are all getting data, all getting input, but we need to be adaptive and open for changes for that. So that I would not like to say that only clinicians like doctors, nurses need to be changed. It is entire responsibility of the complete stakeholders, like the clinicians and nurses, doctors, we, the healthcare IT leaders, business leaders will also come to one stage So that the delivery of care should not be hampered.
Yes. So, Bitopan, one thing, like one new word we are, hearing nowadays is going digital. That means physical plus digital. So, how have things changed from everything being physical to now going digital, majorly due to COVID in the healthcare sector? Because I think online consultations, telemedicine, teleradiology was, there for so long, but it started getting practiced only a post COVID, and it also got legalized, and there were so many problems earlier. Now you can get a second opinion, and even a very good doctor who's not there in India, but yes, he can check the ultrasound reports and give his expert comments, which might be very vital for the patient's treatment. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I accept that yeah, post-COVID definitely it is great boost to the healthcare IT industry mostly because things were there also because we are having RIS, LIS institutions, we are having tax, we are having all mobility solutions, but the users were not that high. But post-COVID, it was quite impressive to see that almost more than 70% of clinicians are on board. They are using those data, they are analyzing those data, they are providing input. And yes, definitely teleradiology, telemedicine are one of the two things which really boosted us.
Definitely.
In Excelcare also we have still that scenario, but I would like to have that. I'd like to keep that momentum going here because it should not be happen like we are in necessity and that is why we are adopting this. It should be a honest practice and we are trying to make it as a business process and business practice. It is definitely blessed to see that it will after 1 year it is a complete change. For us it is a cultural change
Sure.
and yeah.
So one last question on your personal journey. So we have talked about industry, its challenges, and how healthcare is actually using IT to give better benefits to the patient. So one question on you: how has your journey been in this healthcare industry?
Healthcare industry, I have worked in different IT portfolios in different different organizations. I started my career in FMCG, then telecom, then I went to PPP, emergency healthcare services. But in hospital, I was there for almost 4 years. So almost moving around 5 to 6 industries. I would like to say that the healthcare IT comprises almost all. It's an umbrella where you can have all those industries IT portfolios. Uh, uh, and on that, you are having a top up of like biomedical integrations are there.
Yes.
It's a quite impressive IT industry where actually you are working for the mankind. That is one of the very great feeling that you are at the end of the day you are serving to the mankind. So this is how things are happening here, and I'm really excited to keep in the journey in forthcoming days.
Uh-huh. That's so nice to hear from you, because I think serving patients, I mean, it's like a noble profession, and you are, I mean, doing a lot of good work for especially the patients, because streamlining processes, and that would be the best way to help the patients out there, because there are two important factors of healthcare systems. One is people, the second is processes. So if we
Correct.
automate the processes, I think we can benefit our patients well, and in a very, very well defined way. So thank you so much, Bitopan, for joining for this significant information and sharing this information about especially healthcare information technology with our viewers today. We generally think that healthcare is disrupted by so many healthcare technologies, but I think it is good time to actually introduce the people who are behind these disruptions and these benefits what the healthcare system is getting from IT. And people like Bitopan are there in each of the hospitals and healthcare organizations, ensuring that the patient's care delivery process is best, smooth, using the fullest IT technologies around there. So thanks, Bitopan, once again for joining us.
Thank you.